Yes, I am so excited about the Elevate Black Money and Biz Success Summit. It's the first event of its kind that has taken place here in the Northwest for a few reasons. One is all of the experts, and we have 3 panels that cover 10 different Black experts. We have a keynote speaker, Ezell's Chicken co-founder, Lewis Rudd. We have not had that much Black expertise based in the Northwest speaking at an event like this. Oftentimes we're bringing in experts from other cities, the East Coast, but all the experts for this event, this first time ever event, are from right here in the Northwest. And when you add up the number of years of experience, track record, success, we have over 200 plus years of experience that will be in that room on Saturday, November 23rd at the Northwest African American Museum. We're calling it 5 Hours of Power.
You know, I really am excited about this event because when else do we have an opportunity for us to come together and to see us in the room, business owners, people that are striving to make things happen economically for themselves. And it's people that we see and we know and we interact with here in the community. And I think this is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for us to even recognize all the talent and all the business owners that are going to be at that event, looking to hear from the other business owners drop their wisdom on the topics that we'll be discussing.
Yes. And also, it's also a chance to, you mentioned people that we might see in our daily life or on social media or on TV, a chance to get behind the scenes and find out how did they do it? What are the insights? What are the lesser known practices or strategies that you may not be aware of, but you see the person or you see their success. Like Ezell's Chicken, they now have 13 units in the Northwest, and they're a $20 million company. But do you know the backstory? Do you know the pivotal moments? How did they expand and finance their growth? So, you know, we have a panelist who is under age 30 and started her business less than 7 years ago and has already generated $1.3 million. Based here in the Northwest. We didn't bring them in from New York. So this is a rare opportunity to hear from the mouths of those who are doing it, that look like you said, that look like us. So this is a for us, by us event. Absolutely.
You know, I really appreciate what you just said, because what's awesome about this is we get to see us again, in business. And what's great, we think about the statistics that most businesses fail within the first 5 years. But in that room, we're going to be looking at a lot of people who've made it beyond that 5-year mark.
That's right.
So that statistic might not be as applicable, right, to everybody, but I think it really boils down to looking at the success and progress and the longevity that's going to be in the room.
Yes. And also the opportunity to ask questions. You know, sometimes you go to events and someone comes up and speaks and they sit down and there's no time for Q&A. And we created this panel format so that in set periods of time, we could get maximum knowledge and nuggets. And so there will be a Q&A as well. Also lunch, right? We're going to feed folks in, an awesome Black-owned catering business, and we're going to have exclusive vendors. Opportunity to meet and greet, make some conscious connections, and we're going to have that afterglow at a Black-owned business off-site, so people can continue the Elevate vibe, which we always know is high and positive and progressive. So nothing has been done like this. To me, it's precedent-setting and history-making.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what I'm excited about, Debrena, and you're right, history making is definitely on the schedule. But here it is. We got these 3 panels.
Yes.
These topics. The first one being wealth mindset and personal finance. When we talk about going in business, if a person's personal finance, if that's legit and if that's, really stable, then it could really help the business out. And what's awesome is we're going to be having that discussion right out the gate.
Yes.
And I'm happy to be moderating that particular panel. But we've got some incredible people that's going to be giving their expertise, their knowledge around this topic. And because when we think about wealth, what is wealth?
Right.
People define it different ways. It's not just about the money, but it's about the resources, the assets, and all the intangibles that really help a person stay wealthy or become wealthy.
Yeah, and legacy, right? After we're gone, our wealth is still there.
Yes. It's really about us opening the doors to anybody who wants to start a business. I'm talking about, we do this all the time. We've got people who is cutting hair in their basement, right? We got people who started doing mowing lawns and landscaping in their own neighborhoods. We got people that started developing computers in their garage. So the point is that, whatever makes a person an entrepreneur, that's what we're talking about, and that's who we want in the room, because it's about where we start. It's not about, you have to get to a certain level before you qualify for being, considered an entrepreneur or a business owner. No, it's really at that point where the idea is coming forth. It's where that idea becomes a reality in your mind, and you're able to articulate that, put it on paper, and then start to execute it.
That's right. So whether you are starting a business because maybe you've had a side hustle, or you've been part-time and you want to take it to a more legitimate level in terms of revenue or profit, or you want to learn how to grow your business because maybe you've stayed at the same level and now you're ready to take it to the next level. All those kind of things will be addressed, but from folks who look like you, who have done it. And so that's not often the case. You're looking at folks who might have a different cultural experience, different ethnic experience, different circumstances or dynamics. So we are bringing folks together. They get it. They understand, and they may have started in those same ways that you just mentioned. How do you use social media to grow $1 million brand in less than 7 years? Someone can answer that for you. How she did it from her bedroom, by herself with no employees. And so those kinds of real scenarios apply to so many of us. And we often have questions, or we're hitting our heads up against a wall because we don't have access to those who are doing it and doing it well. Other Black folks who are doing it and doing it well that are local. So all those barriers that have actually been in place, we're knocking them down at this event, but you do have to be in the room. And what's so fabulous about Elevate events, as you know, Devin, because I think you've been at every single one and you're a leader in the movement, is it's about this whole positive, high vibe kind of atmosphere that prevails at Elevate events. It's about unity. It's about collectivity. It's about community. That's just the basis of the vibe at Elevate events. So come one, come all, and everybody's welcome.
I wish that there was an event like this earlier in my career. When I was thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, I remember back in the day, the Black Dollar Days Task Force and what they meant, and the entrepreneurial training. And, that was a great movement. But that's one organization. And I was looking for that type of vibe, especially me. I came out of banking. I was a bank employee, but I saw the benefit of actually being my own person, being my own business owner. And I'm going to tell you something. If it wasn't for that organization and what they stood for to help anybody that really came off the street that had an idea to start to really put that thing together, that's what motivated me.
Yeah.
And so I believe that our event here, this Money in Business Black Success Summit, is really going to be along that same lines to help inspire others to be able to get in the game at whatever level of business they want to be in.
Yes. And, I'm third generation entrepreneur, and I have directly experienced the benefit of that legacy of growing up in an enterprising family where owning your own business was the norm and the conversation. And yes, there's things I learned in college, but it was working in my family business. It was the conversations around that dinner table. It was the internships at my family business, that direct exposure and experience and observation of another Black entrepreneur who happened to be my mom and dad in their family business. A lot of us didn't have that opportunity. Right. And so here we are with over 200 years of experience from Black folks who are doing it, who have success strategies, who have insights they can share. So you have a chance to observe. You have a chance to ask the question. You have chances to hear, because that direct interface with someone else doing the thing and doing it well is invaluable, and you can't get it from college. A lot of times who we may be watching or listening to, they're failing, but to hear folks that are prevailing is one of the other opportunities that this provides. So even if you aren't third generation entrepreneur like I was fortunate to be, it's okay. We're going to give you a room full of 15 leaders in their respective businesses, so you will have that opportunity.
Well, here it is. That first discussion is going to be about wealth and personal finance, wealth mindset. And right now, people are stressed out around money. I mean, let's just call it what it is. People have a lot of debt. So we've got panelists that are going to be talking about different debt reduction strategies. And even now, with the emergence of these different credit scoring models that have just came out, you hear about Experian Boost, FICO 9, Ultra FICO. I mean, these are things right now that are going on. And so what we want to do, we want to decipher that stuff. We want people to understand that they can get better with their debt. They can improve their credit. And so these are the kind of topics that's going to be coming out. Now, I alluded to mindset earlier. It's really going to be about people that have been frustrated to see that there is a way that they can overcome that. They can find a way that they can get on a path that's going to get their debt paid, going to get their credit scores higher, going to get them in a better position to manage the money that they got. So that's what it's all about in that first panel. We're going to go there.
So how do you, for example, take your side hustle to being a legitimate business? Or how do you take your part-time business to being your full-time avocation, because maybe you don't want to work for someone else anymore? These are the kind of folks that will want to be at this event, because with the panelists that we have lined up, we're going to be breaking it down to explain, not in just general concepts and principles, but what did you do to move your business from a side hustle to now 6 figures? Or how did you move from your kitchen table or your basement and take your business to the next level? And it still may be at the kitchen table or the basement, but how did it become more profitable? Or social media, how do you use it not just to expose your business, but how did you use it to actually grow it and generate the dollars you generated? Or how did you go from one location to now 14 locations? Like, how did you actually do that and navigate that? And where did you get the money to do that? And when you got your first person to help you in your business, how did you pay for it? What kind of finance options do I have that I might not know about? What kind of free resources are there for business owners that I may not know about, and I'm out here trying to figure too much out on my own? So these are the kind of things that we are going to be breaking down, and we're going to be asking the questions to our panelists who are willing, generous sharers, and they want to see other Black businesses win. And then in addition to the panels, there's also going to be some time to network, so that if someone on the panel said something that you want to know more about, go up and ask them. I got a follow-up question. That kind of person discussion and conversation is something that we're big on at Elevate events. So folks can get those questions answered, and we're going to be breaking it down and making it plain. Yeah. And if we don't, you get a chance to ask some questions other panelists to be sure we don't miss anything. How often do you get that opportunity? This is the 11th Elevate Movement event and our third big event, and we are excited to have a full house once again. What we call 5 Hours of Power, the Black Money and Business Success Summit, is taking place on Saturday, November 23rd at the Northwest African American Museum, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It includes lunch, 3 panels, a keynote speaker, Louis Rudd of Ezell's chicken fame. Also, exclusive vendors will be available and some conscious networking. You have a couple ways that you can get tickets. There's regular registration and also VIP. We will have an event program that will list Black businesses that invest in a business listing. So you can go to milliondollarmentor.net/Elevate Success Summit, or you can go to Elevate on the Facebook event page. Just type in Elevate Success Summit, and you can also get your tickets there. Regular registration for the 5 Hours of Power and lunch is $99, or we have a VIP registration for $119, and that also includes a business listing in the event program. We hope to see you there. We expect another full Elevate event, as the other 10 have been. Come and join us. It's going to be amazing.